Hi children, here we start the next topic of the lesson, electricity. So now we think about the heating effect of electric current. And you know that when the electric current, maintaining electric current in a circuit, the cell has to expend its chemical energy. So chemical energy is essential for driving all the electrons through a conductor. So for maintaining this electric current, a potential has to be applied for getting continuous supply of electric current in a circuit. So cell is or chemical energy is being converted into electric current, or it can maintain a potential so that the chemical energy can be utilized for driving electrons in the circuit. And where this energy go? Energy neither be created nor be destroyed. So we can change one form of energy into another form only. Here chemical energy is being converted into the electrical energy, and where this energy goes, and it cannot completely change into electrical energy. A part of the energy can be converted into electric current, but a small amount of heat will be generated and wasted in the form of heat energy. So whatever be the appliance we use in a circuit, the device, all the devices, what all devices are be connected in a circuit, all the devices gets heated. So whatever be the use of the device, whether it is used to get heat energy or not. So some of the devices we are used to get light. Some of the devices we are using to get heat from that. Electric toasters to get heat energy. Electric heaters, that is to get heat energy. But electric bulb is not to get heat energy but to get light energy. So whatever be the use of that, whatever devices or appliance we connect in a circuit, all the devices will get heat energy in different amounts. So whatever be the use of the appliance, all the appliance will get heated. If it is a mobile phone, if you charge mobile phone for a small period, so it gets heated. Clear? A refrigerator, so some of the parts of the refrigerator will get heated. Really we are not a refrigerator to get heat energy, but some of the parts get heated. Then mixie, we are not using mixie to get heat energy, but some of the parts get heated. So all the devices, electric motor, electric iron box we are using to get heat energy, that device particular device can produce more heat energy, because the main purpose of using electric iron box is to get heat energy. So whatever be the device using, whether we are expecting any heat energy out of it, so irrespective of that, all the devices will get heated. Clear? So some amount of heat energy will be generated when electric current flows through the circuit. So this is called Joule's heating effect. So when an electric current flows through a circuit, all the devices or appliances connected in the circuit gets heated, irrespective of their use. Some of the things are used to get heat energy, but some of the things we are not connecting to get heat energy, but all the devices will get heated. But amount of heat energy produced in the appliance, that depends on the material used to make the appliance. If you are using tungsten, it will get heated more and it can give out light. That is the material used inside the electric bulb. In the electric heaters, some alloys are used inside to get nichrome, is used inside to get more heat, because we are using iron box for getting heat energy, not for getting light energy. Electric toasters to get heat energy. So we should use particular material inside each appliance that can convert more heat energy than any other forms of energy, and we should use particular type of materials to make the different appliances. That depends on the use of the appliance. Okay, So that depends on the resistance of the material used inside the appliance. If you are using the materials which are having high resistance, when high amount of current is flowing, then high amount of heat energy will be liberated, or high amount of heat energy will be produced. So that depends. According to that, we should make different appliances with the different types of material having different value of resistances. Hope you understood what is the relation between resistance and the heat energy produced. High resistance, more heat energy. So according to that, we should fabricate different types of appliances. That depends on the purpose of using the appliance. So anyway, when the heat energy, when the electric current flows through the circuit, some amount of heat energy will be produced. Some heat energy we can utilize it, but in some of the cases that energy will be get wasted. In mobile phone, we are not using that energy, that gets wasted. Mixie, we are not using that heat energy, it gets wasted. But in the iron box, we are using that energy. Clear? In toasters, we are using that heat energy to prepare food items. Clear? So anyway, heat energy will be produced in the circuit, or the circuit gets heated. All the devices gets heated when a current flows through certain time. Clear? So this is called Joule's heating effect. Clear? Joule's heating effect. And we can say that when chemical energy is expanding and the heat energy is produced, a part of chemical energy is changed into heat energy, and that is we can say that electric energy spent, that is equal to the work done. So work done is equal to power into time, or power is equal to V into I. Power is equal to work done. Work done is equal to V into Q by T, or V into I. That is the equation used to calculate power. Power is equal to voltage into current. Then electrical energy is equal to rate of doing a work, or that is called the power of a that is called power. And we can find heat energy produced in a circuit by using the equation I square RT. Square of I into R, resistance, into T. I square RT. That will give the amount of heat energy produced in a circuit. Okay. And the heating effect of electric current, or Joule's heating effect, is used in the almost all the heating devices, like electric heater, electric iron box, electric toasters, and the electric bulb. Then the same Joule's heating effect is utilized in fuse. What is meant by an electric fuse? Fuse is a safety device. Fuse is a safety device, and it is made up of a special material, hard solid type material, that is called porcelain, and we can and it is having two legs, and in between the legs of the fuse we can connect a fuse wire. So we can select fuse wire having different thickness or different resistance, or it can withstand with the different current rating, or we can call power rating. So usually we are using a fuse wire which can withstand with a current of 1 ampere, 2 ampere, 3 ampere, etc. So when current flows through it is a safety device, and we can set the electric fuse with a certain, or having a fixed value of power rating. If it is 1 ampere, if the current flows through the fuse wire exceeds this 1 ampere, the fuse wire blows off, and it can make the circuit open, or it can protect all other devices from damage. That is use of fuse wire. So if normally we connect fuse wire in series with the circuit, and firstly the current flows through the fuse wire. If a value exceeds flowing through the fuse wire, first of all the fuse wire blows off, and we can protect all the other devices. And if a safe current is flowing through the fuse wire that can flow through all other devices connected in the circuit, and nothing will happen to the fuse wire, nothing will happen to the appliance. So we should select a fuse wire which is having a fixed power rating, so that we can protect all the devices from damage. Suppose we connect the different appliances which can withstand a current of 4 amperes. So we should select a fuse wire which can withstand up to 4.5 or 4.6. So if a value exceeds that, automatically the fuse wire burns up, and it can make the circuit open, so that we can protect all the other devices from damage. Okay. Then lastly, we discuss about what is meant by electric power. Then rate of doing work is called power. You have learned this term before. So here, what is electric power? Electric power is defined as the rate of doing work by electric current, and the equation is power is equal to V into I, or power V is equal to IR from Ohm's law, or P is equal to I square R. So we can use the different equations of Ohm's law, and we can get different equations of power. Power is equal to V into I, power is equal to I square R, power is equal to UV square by R. So these are the different equations. Power is defined as the rate of doing work by electric current. Power is nothing but the rate of doing work, or work done in unit time, is called power. And here electric current is doing some work. So electric power means it is the work done by the electric current. That is P is equal to V square by R, or P is equal to I square R. These are the two equations. And normal unit of power is watts, and the higher unit is called kilowatt. And then what unit of electrical energy is kilowatt. Watt hour. Unit of electrical energy is watt hour, and kilowatt hour is the commercial unit of electrical energy, or energy consumed in higher rate can be expressed in the unit of kilowatt hour. In the household or domestic purposes, we are also using energy. We are consuming energy in the unit of kilowatt hour. In the electric meter, if you check the electric meter or installed by KSEB, you can see the power usage in kilowatt hour. This much kilowatts in this much hours. That is a power rating given in the electric meter installed by KSEB in your home. So that is the commercial unit of electrical energy. Kilowatt hour is the commercial unit, and we can convert kilowatt hour into the normal unit of energy, joules. Joules is a normal unit. Kilowatt hour is the commercial unit. So by knowing the relation between these two, we can change kilowatt hour into joules, or from joules we can convert it into kilowatt hour. So now you do, and here is a relation: 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joules. By knowing this relation, we can change commercial unit into normal unit of energy, and normal unit of energy to commercial unit of energy. But 5 units, 5 into 3.6 into 10 raised to 6.